Hi everyone, welcome to our Team 1481 standard chassis walkthrough. In this video, you'll see a basic overview of our chassis system and how to use it to create your own customized chassis. The design is driven by the skeleton part titled the mother. Dimensions and factors for the chassis are input and controlled within this model. The chassis, bumpers, and wheels are all parametrically driven by this skeleton file using iLogic to enable and suppress individual components. As you can see in the Forms tab under Logic, we have three basic clumps of dimensions. In basic robot dimensions, we have wheel diameter, chassis width, chassis length, opening depth, which is how far into the chassis the opening will extend, ground clearance, center drop distance, which is how far from the center of the side wheel the wheels will be dropped, and bumper clearance, which is how far above the ground the bumpers will sit. As you can see, as we change each dimension, the sketch changes. However, you can go into the sketch and change dimensions manually. So let's put in a 4-inch wheel, chassis width as 27, chassis length 32, and opening depth 8. Ground clearance of 1. And bumper clearance also 1. Cool. So when we change to 4-inch wheels, we're going to have some interference with the bridges and bumper mounts, so we can change those manually in the mother before going to the actual chassis. So now we can switch back to the chassis, press the update button, and update again, and it should, yep, look at that. The chassis updates to the dimensions you just changed. Looks pretty good. So back to that opening depth. When set to 0, there will be no opening or gap on the robot at all. And you can see on the robot there would be no opening in the bumpers. But when we would change the depth to a positive number and update the chassis, there would be a gap. This is done with Inventor's iLogic feature. If you use Inventor, I definitely recommend you try this out because it's pretty cool. So when we update the chassis, our bumper mounts are still close to the sides, just how they were when they had an opening. And we can change the mounts to be closer in the mother. Yeah, when we go back into the chassis and update again, we can now see our chassis is the perfect base to start our build, and everything is right with the world. So our chassis is equipped with 4-inch flat, 6-inch flat, and 8-inch pneumatic wheels. So we're going to change to 6-inch wheels now because we can. We'll need to change the bridges and bumper mounts to be accommodating for those wheels because, you know, every time we change the wheels, they're going to have to be different. And all of these can be controlled within the Logic folder next to Model over there, but sometimes it's easier to just see what you're doing, so that's why we're doing it there. If we go back into the chassis and update, we can see now we have 6-inch wheels and it looks pretty good. There we go. Now I gotta change those bridges again, because, you know, matter can't exist in the same place, except in CAD. There, okay, that looks better. No 6-inch wheels. So belt lengths and pontoon width, which is what we call it, but it's this dimension right there where the bridges go across, can also be controlled from the mother in the belts and bridges little area. During the 2018 season, it took 2 weeks to fully design our chassis in CAD, but with this standard chassis, we could be done in less than an hour. And after you plug in desired length, width, number of wheels, etc., out comes a design in CAD to start your build, which makes my life easier and makes everyone else's lives easier, doesn't it? Alright, well, thanks for watching my walkthrough. The Riveters wish all the teams good luck with this year's build season. We can do it!